Hey.
Hello.
Ciao. When it was when we were talking, it was long, long, long time ago.
I think really long time ago.
Maybe even a year or more.
Yeah,
I mean, in the
yeah,
YouTube.
I think so. I think more than a year. Maybe 2 years or no idea. No, maybe one. I don't know.
Yeah, crazy. We have talked a few times
Mm-hmm.
and privately, and we have many time talked that let's have some recorded video too. And
Yeah.
but yeah, nothing happens until it happens.
Yes.
Yeah, so nice. But today we have a plan, or I have a plan to talk not so much about non-duality,
Mm.
more about carnivore or keto or whatever
Mm-hmm.
um, that have happened, I think, for you
Mm.
2 months now ago.
Yeah, I think maybe more than 2 months,
Mm.
two and a half, something like that.
Yeah, and we
Yeah.
planned to talk about this, and then you said that when I'm hitting the 30 days, let's have it then to talk.
Yeah.
And the days are going, and now we are here.
Yeah.
Let's catch up. Um, so how it started?
Like I remember, because I remember this. First of all, I was getting so provoked by your posts when you turned carnivore because it was questioning like everything I knew about food and nutrition, and it was very hard to read this. And then I started to do my own research, and I was like, no, what like what's going on? Like, because something was resonating also with it, with like this all these vegetables and legumes that they're not so good for you, and then I always had this like I could get really sad and feel very down and depressed and like melancholic in a way. And then we talked about this, and then you shared that it was like that for you too, and maybe it has something to do with the food, like you can always try. You said this to me, I remember. And it felt so tough to cut, to even the thought of cutting out carbs, like it felt impossible. And it's so weird because now I sound like one of those, oh, it was impossible but I did it, but really it was so tough. But now I'm here and I haven't had like any of those kinds of carbs for a long time.
Yeah,
And I haven't felt that kind of depression. Like, really, I haven't felt it since then. And that's so nice. And, wow.
yeah. So
Really,
amazing.
wow.
Yeah. I'm not like pushing that message. I'm sometimes I have shared it, but yeah, because I often get this kind of feedback, even who are now carnivore or keto, that they are attacking. How about cholesterol? How about this and that? And don't share that. It is dangerous and so on. But yeah, when we were talking, we had some other chat, private chat, and you were expressing whatever was there coming up.
Mm.
I was like holding myself back to say that something to you because we also had that kind of conversation. It was like it's um, so opposite what we have believed, and then hearing that veggies are not healthy food, and we have invested in this belief all our life. And I was studying the nutrition 1 year,
Mm.
so this mainstream, what the pyramid and all that bullshit. So but here it was like life just pushed because it was the situation of life and death, and there was
Mm.
nothing to lose. And I didn't do any research, I just started, and
Yeah.
it proved within 1 day or 2 days already that it's working. And yeah, when we had a conversation, then yeah, no choice, no control, can't hold myself back. I was smoothly saying that, but maybe you try 1 week.
Yeah.
Just 1 week, then you can have all your delicious food, because I know you are this, you like to cook and all the food stuff, textures and that. And just 1 week, and then you can take everything back. Like you can take that 1 week and see what happens. But of course, I hoped that you get already within 1 week the good results.
Mm.
So my computer noise is coming in. I don't know if you hear it.
Yeah, a little bit, but it's okay.
I don't know how to turn them off so that I don't lose our voice. So yeah, I hope that you get good feedback, and then you can continue, or if not, then you at least try it, because they say
Mm-hmm.
do at least 30 days, and they even say 90 days. But if I say everybody is usually addicted with the carbs, like most
Mm.
everybody's, and how you say who is addict just cut out and for 30 days or 90 days, it seems impossible. So
Mm.
I sneaked in with the 7 days, and and it was hard for you, because the first
Yeah.
7 days is actually hard, because there is withdrawal
Mm.
symptoms,
Mm-hmm.
all that mess, and it's very easy to then go back. But you somehow stick to it. How it went for you?
First of all, it's funny now thinking about it that, even 7 days, it felt like, oh, okay, Julia, come on, you can do it. 7 days, let's do it, because it was just the thought of it was so bad. But yeah, when I started, I remember. So what yeah, I went carnivore. We can just say that I went carnivore, and I cut really everything out besides meat and butter and eggs. Um, and I remember the first thing was that I started to pee a lot, like so much. And also the first 2, 3 days got very tired. I remember getting very tired and like not having so much energy,
Mm-hmm.
headaches, um, and also had trouble eating. Like I felt very nauseous when I was trying to eat this kind of food. And I was dreaming about eating candy and stuff, I remember during the night, and getting cravings, a lot of cravings. And I think it was like that for maybe a week, and then it got better. And then I had some kind of dips. Um, and then I added dairy. I added some dairy because I was getting so nauseous. It didn't stop this nausea. So I added some yogurt and some cheese, and then I could eat a bit more. Um, and then I noticed, I remember when I had my first menstrual cycle from changing the diet, that I had no PMS. Because I was at work and I randomly got my period at work, and I usually have PMS for like 10 days when I feel like shit. And I was like, wait, what? I think I'm getting my period now. It just came from nowhere, and I had no PMS. So that really motivated me to keep on going, because it changed my mood so much. Um, and I think I felt tired for actually quite a long time, maybe a bit more than 30 days. Like I just felt kind of tired, and then it changed. And like now, 2.5 months later, I feel very like energetic, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And I had my period now, and I had no, I had like no PMS. Just the same day, I felt a little bit
Mm-hmm.
emotional, and nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So that was so mind blowing, with like the
Mm-hmm.
PMS, like poof, kind of
Yeah,
gone.
yeah. It works for so many things, like yeah, and I had the same symptoms, like peeing a lot, because the carbs are holding 3 times more water than their own weight in the body.
Mm.
And when you don't have any more these carbs, you just pee it a lot out, and that's the beginning. And also the mood swings, cravings, even yeah, even when I was thinking that. I wasn't able to think that I can do 30 days. It was giving me anxious
Mm-hmm.
anxiety, because I wasn't eating the meat for my life. Um, so I was like living 24 hours. Like I tried today, and let's see what happens tomorrow, and day by day. And then it was 30 days. then it was half month or year, and now
Mm.
it's 10 months. Yeah, very, very similar. And that tiredness is also very relatable. I think here too it was about 1 month. Like I thought that okay, let's go for running, and then I'm running and I'm watching that trees doesn't move. Like it wanted to move, but it didn't have the energy. So yeah, the fuel was changed, but the body didn't
Mm.
know how to use the new fuel, which is the
Mm.
fat, and it can take even half year. And I think the
Yeah.
final adaptation took quite long time. I don't know, 4, 5, 6 months, or just
Yeah.
yeah, it goes like better and better and better. At least here we feel, and also I feel like the peak haven't come yet.
Mm.
But
Mm.
I already feel like 3 times better or 10 times better than I was when I wasn't able to move. Constant fatigue, this leaky gut,
Mm.
problems with digestion, headaches. Oh my God. I one day counted and that there was 20 symptoms that I don't have already very long time. And I don't even remember. And I remember one time when we went walking. Mm, How I didn't do the cold turkey. I left veggies in at first because I couldn't imagine to just swallow or
Mm.
bite the meat. I wasn't ready for that. I'm not used to that texture and flavor and so on. So I was eating it with cucumber or sweet potato or whatever. But grains were out, sugars were out, all other
Mm.
carbs were out. And one day, maybe I had been keto 7 days. I was eating sweet potato, and we went for walking, and um, and I started to feel so bloated. Then my legs felt so weak, and I was like 1.5 kilometer away from the home, and I wasn't sure how I'm going to manage this. And I was like leaning on Raigo and like moving like 80 years old. And then I remembered that was me just a
Oh.
week ago, and all these months that yeah, sometimes get so used to it that
Mm.
that's yeah, that's the getting older. That's what it means. 40 plus, and okay, I don't know what I'm going to do when I'm 60 or 80.
Mm.
And then it was no, not anymore. I can't do this. So yeah, for me it took maybe 2 or 3 weeks when I switched totally to carnivore and started
Mm.
to heal even more and more rapid.
Mm.
That was
How long have you been on this, like the way you changed, like how long have you been carnivore now?
since July, so 10 months.
Okay, cool. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Almost a year.
Yeah. And when I noticed when the leaky gut and SIBO and IBS and reflux were gone, it took about 4 months.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
whoever have these kind of problems don't expect to have results with 7 days or 30 days, and it depends where you are starting, what is the situation. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but you should start seeing good stuff happening, changing
Mm-hmm.
in your body, in your mood, in your sleep, and that is what keeps you going. Um,
Mm. Yeah, exactly. Like I know you had like a lot of yeah, a lot of things going on with your body, and before changing the diet. And for me, like I had less, but it was more about, the emotional part, and but also some stomach issues. Like I was always bloated, a lot of gas all the time, and also this I remember when I woke up in the morning, I always felt so like heavy, like tired, heavy, and very depressive thoughts in the morning. Um, and this has also completely changed. Like waking up and having energy, that came quite quickly. I think. And with the stomach, I sometimes I'm still a bit bloated, but I need to give this time. Like I have been abusing my stomach for so many years because also when I was a teenager, I had bulimia. So I, was puking a lot and did that for many years, and that really fucked up my gut too, of course. Um, and that's also something I really loved when changing to eating this way is like I felt so free when eating. But in the beginning I was so scared of having fat and to eat fat. I think I wrote you because I could eat bacon without feeling nauseous, but I was so scared of eating it because I was like, oh my God, this will make me fat. And it was really triggering all these thoughts of, eating disorders and looking a certain way. And then that kind of, slowly relaxed. And it felt so good to just eat and eat as much as I wanted and fuck counting calories, it didn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so that has given me like a lot of freedom in a way,
Mm-hmm.
because I don't really count calories. It's not there. Because I don't know, I think people generally now are a bit fucked up about calories and how they eat, and everyone has kind of an eating disorder in a way. And we're always fighting what we want to eat and what we should eat and blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
So it has given me like a lot of freedom in that way and like, relaxing more about food.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Uh, and that's really nice. And I know like I almost have no gas anymore. Like really before I had so much.
Carnivores don't fart. Carnivores don't fart. And if you fart, then think what you were eating. Maybe it was like aged meat too long time,
Mm.
fermented or something, and then it can happen. But usually,
Oh no, it
carnivore
doesn't
doesn't
happen,
smell bad.
It's like if I fart, I get surprised, like,
Yes.
oh, well, it was like 5 days ago, okay? And it's not like I'm bloated, like the stomach feels nice, it's soft. So it's not that it's trapped gas, it's just the stomach doesn't produce any gas. There's no reason for producing it.
Yeah.
So that's very nice.
Yeah, yeah, it is. I felt bad for Raigo before that. When the stomach was so sick, the smell was so bad, and I can't do anything. So you didn't want to move the blanket. But what to do? And yeah, with this style of living, with yeah, I will call it lifestyle, not the diet,
Mm.
because it's easy. Like when food have caused so much pain for the body, it's so easy to avoid that kind of food. Of course, I have also cravings, and sometimes I'm a little bit dirty
Mm.
and drink coffee. But until I was healed all what had so many problems with the body, before that I was like completely strict. We were in Spain, we could like have fun, whatever, but no, very strict.
Mm.
Twice a day or once a day, just meat, and the priority was to heal. Because yeah, you can cheat, but this just makes this healing for longer. And heat packs are not so nice. And more cleaner the body gets, the more stronger it reacts and shows you that don't eat plants or don't eat this or that. And you said that you were nauseous, and yeah, I remember you told that um, it is, I think, pancreas that is not used to with that amount of fat, and
Mm.
makes you nauseous. So um, maybe I say this word in English wrong. Maybe it's not pancreas. Bladder,
Yeah, it's
gallbladder, gallbladder.
yeah, the gallbladder,
Yes,
yes.
yes, yes. And even people who have lost it, who have got it out operation, even they can be carnivores. They just has to introduce with very few fat at the
Mm.
beginning and slowly rising. But from the fat, you are getting the energy. And if you don't eat fat or afraid to eat the fat, then you don't have energy. And then you say
Mm.
that diet doesn't work and or doesn't work for me, because the excessive protein is going to glucose in the body, that rise the sugar, that rise the hunger. So the food has to be very fatty meat and satiating. So you eat as long as you are full, you feel like good, and then you don't think
Mm.
about food 6 hours, and then you're.
Yeah.
That was surprising for me when before I started. We started with 3 meals, and I couldn't eat also a lot because it was discussing meat and so nutritious. So the portions were quite small, and then I was worried, and I was counted the calories. It was like 1,200, 1,400, and I was a little bit concerned that it's not enough. But calories doesn't equal calories. So is it nutritious or is it empty calories
Mm.
what you are consuming? And meat is very nutritious. So
Mm.
even so nutritious that you don't need to go to the toilet even maybe 5 days, although you are eating 1 kilo meat a day. So this
Yeah.
body was like so broken that when we were in Spain, I was eating more than kilo meat a day. I was
Mm.
losing weight still, and it was about 4,000 calories. And I didn't go to the toilet. I wasn't constipated. When I went, then some little stuff came out.
Yeah.
I felt very good. So everything went to repairing the gut and whatever. This body was like so hungry for that.
Mm.
I have been 40 years almost completely vegan or vegetarian.
Mm.
And yeah, I wanted to talk about this too, that you went to the vacation, Poland,
Yeah.
and you were
Mm.
eating some other stuff. Tell me about that.
Yeah. Yes, so we went to Poland, and the plan was to try to stick to, to the plan, but it was actually very tricky. And then I was just like, okay, fuck it, because also for me, like I have a tendency of being very black and white, and crossing the boundaries can give me a lot of anxiety. And I wanted to break that bubble also to just like, it's not the whole world, Julia, if you try this Polish food now, so just do it. And
Mhm.
I did it, and yeah, let's say mentally it was very good for me to actually do that. Um, but yeah, I had this more regular kind of food. It was probably cooked in these oils, and it had some sugars and vegetables and this stuff. And also my boyfriend, he's doing keto, but he was also breaking it a little bit. And we immediately felt so strange. Like I remember we ate breakfast and lunch, and then we had to go home and take a nap because we were so tired. And like we felt like I felt really heavy in my feet and my hands, and also my ankles were getting a bit swollen on the day 5. And also I felt this kind of moodiness again. I get this like it's like I feel very emotional in my belly. I feel a bit anxious and weird, and this kind of stuff was happening. Um, and as soon as I got home and went back to the, eating carnivore again, after 1, 2 days, I was fine. So that was very cool to really see why I did this and how it has benefited me. Because how I was in Poland, this tiredness and emotional, and that was kind of my standard before. Like I had a tendency to be in that a
Mhm.
lot. So it was just cool to see how it can change, but also that it's not a big deal. If I want to
Mhm.
try something, okay, do it and then just go back again. There's no big deal, really. Of course, it can affect the long time healing, but it's really not a big deal also.
Absolutely.
Uh, so it was good in many ways
Yeah,
to do it like that.
absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this way the body learns, and you can always turn back to the meat. And here too, it's not like I don't know what is the word in English, like vegans have the that you have to be. It's like belief system or something.
Yeah.
The carnivore lifestyle isn't like belief system that no, I never touch anything. No, I'm not telling that.
Mm.
It seems like this body maybe will stay forever like 90 or 95% on meat, and then checking what this body can eat, or when there is wedding or something. Okay, I will deal these problems that may come, but I have my medicine and which I can return back to.
Yeah.
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 It's nice, of course. Yeah, the life doesn't stop. You are traveling, you want to have some fun, maybe wine or try something, and why not? Yeah, you
Yeah.
don't have to be so strict. It's not about that. It's your life, it's your health, and if you don't want to feel that moody and heavy and tired, then you know what's work. What I'm afraid of, because this body is very addicted with the to the carbs. I'm
Mm.
afraid that when I sleep, it can go so worse that I don't stop before I'm too sick again, and then I take myself together to come back to this diet. But since now it haven't happened. I have ate
Mm.
some coconut chips, um, and coffee with coconut cream, and some dark chocolate too, uh,
Yeah.
sometimes. But yeah, they don't push me off from that track.
No, like, yeah, continue.
No, no, you.
Oh, no, because I had the same fear because I'm queen of snacks. Like I love snacking, candy and potato chips and all like that. And that was also like I was so afraid of crossing the boundary because maybe I will get sucked into that, the snacking monster will take me again. But it wasn't like that. And that was also good to feel because I had potato chips in Poland. Okay, I had it and it was like, okay, it's just potato chips, whatever. Um, and I think I had some potato chips also like 2 weeks ago. One evening, me and my boyfriend, we shared a bag because just felt like it. And it was also not a big deal. We did it then, and then I haven't felt like eating it actually. And
Mhm.
I haven't thought about eating candy or having ice cream. And, I haven't had these cravings. So it didn't interrupt, you
Mhm.
know, because I really feel good eating this way. I'm
Yeah,
not eating it to not be fat or whatever. I just feel good eating this way, and
yeah,
that's enough.
yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to say something, but memory is so bad. Yeah, when you're not so restricted, like, no,
Mm.
I can't eat it, never, ever, then you want to eat it more. But if you allow, like, it's okay. Sometimes, let's see what happens, some chips there or here. Here, I feel like these plants, what I'm eating, consuming, they don't do good for this body. But right now, in this time, the pleasure is higher than the pain, and it depends. When the pain is going more, then of
Mm.
course there is not so much pleasure to to suffer the pain. It's not
Mm.
worth of it, and then the change may happen. But until then, I enjoy slightly this stuff. And what I wanted to say about tiredness, you said that you went to the sleep when you
Yeah.
were in Poland. And this was this body too. Before, when I was eating normal food, I had to lay down to sleep. And then when I turned to carnivore, it was like I was eating like steak and, well, let's go now. Let's do gardening. Let's walking. And then what? How it can be? It was so opposite. Like before, it was really we need to lay down. We need to
Yeah.
digest. And now you are like, oh, let's go.
Yeah.
Plus before here was, you said also that you woke up and you were already like moody or depression or something happening. And here it was, I could sleep 9 hours or 11 hours one day it was, and I was waking up, opening eyes, and I was like, oh shit, I'm already tired. How I managed? I was counting like hours and staying bed until 1 o'clock or until my back started to hurt and I needed to come out and go to the toilet and I did few movings and then I lay down to the couch and then
Yeah.
rest my day there. So yeah, and it becomes like normality, that
Mm.
it's normal to feel maybe moody and not grounded or like you had this sad mood, and here it was too when you were sharing. Then I remembered that here it was. I have everything I need. I have loving
Mm.
husband, cats, house, child, and whatever, and I don't need anything. And I'm unhappy. I'm sad. Like for no reason. yeah, I can function, but I feel like sad, and that
Yeah.
wasn't normal. But I didn't put myself diagnosed that this is depression because I didn't feel that this is as depression, at least
Mm.
not yet. And so I didn't need to seek help also. But yeah, all that is gone. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. It's it's really amazing how it can change, because I really thought I was eating, amazing before. Like I was eating a lot of tofu and
Hmm.
low fat and coconut oil and peanut butter and spinach and all these smoothies and the soy milk, all this kind of food. A lot of lentil soups and like really amazing foods.
And
And
then wondering why you are bloated.
And I think it's so cool, really, how, this butter and animal fat and meat has really affected my hormones. Like I love
Hmm.
that it has changed so much and how much my body really needed this kind of food, which I feared. And also, actually, when I was a young child, I loved this kind of food. Like, I loved fatty ribs and like eating this. And then from being 12, 13, I was a vegan. And then it was like that for many, many years. And yeah, I just really love it. And like you said, it feels like a way of self-medicating yourself. A good way of like taking care of yourself because it just feels so good in the body when I did this. Um, and I was also afraid of losing like a lot of weight very quickly. I don't know. I was very dramatic about this, like, oh, I will get so skinny so fast. But no, I mean, I lost some, but I haven't, like, I can see it, but on the scale, it doesn't show much at all. But I can see that I look slimmer.
Hmm.
And maybe I get slimmer, slowly, 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 but I didn't like crash in weight. And I still have my muscles left, and I thought they would disappear. And yeah, I was so scared when I changed the diet. So funny,
Yeah.
but it has been fine.
Yeah, I remember also the concern you were writing, and but what you, other people are saying and what is experienced here, it seems like the body is hitting the optimal weight, the optimal
Mm,
how this body should be without all these excessive carbs that it's not evolved to eat or
mm,
yeah, so here too, I think here the body weight dropped very quickly, and but now it have raised, and I know you are doing the gym. You are going soon to the gym, so maybe the scale doesn't change because it's so easy to build muscles with this diet. Like 20 minutes weight training is enough already, or maximum 40. You don't really need to do as much as before, because when you are consuming carbs, then yeah, you can like grow the muscles, but the consistency is different. It's like full
mm,
of water. It doesn't have the real strength than you have when it's built up from the protein and fat. So yeah, you just reach your optimal one way or another. If one body is overweight, it's usually losing weight, and if somebody is too skinny, then they get the optimal weight and look
mm,
normal. So yeah, but lots of worries jump in because we have been so wrongly learned this. That fat is bad and all these myths, and you
mm,
need to eat fiber and so on.
mm.
So yeah, but how much you have lost the weight?
I think I have lost maybe not maybe 3 kilos,
Mm,
something like that.
yeah, that's very normal. That's
Mm,
that's not much. But here it was like also like losing a little bit, then like plateau, then a little bit frustrated, but it kept on going and going and going. Like even one point, I was doing fasting too. It was 52, and I
mm,
started from 65 or 63 or something like that. But now it's 56, 58, and I feel normal. And I thought that it's impossible for this body. I already forgot, like, okay, I'm 40, maybe it's this body destiny to be overweight, constantly bloated, inflamed. And yeah, I was like, okay, this is what it is. For all my life, I have like tried to lose weight, eating
Mm.
carrots, still gaining weight, not losing weight. I didn't
Yeah.
understand what's happening. And when I was doing the diet DNA test, it showed that I should eat fat and protein based diet and carbs only 59 gram per day.
Mm.
And I didn't take it seriously because I thought that how the DNA test can say exactly 59 grams maximum.
Yeah.
59, like, no, I don't believe it. But I started to eat less like pasta or gluten-free stuff, this kind of. But yeah, I didn't take it seriously, and now I'm like understanding, and I have some gene. Was it ApoE4 or something like that? It's the mm, it's the old gene that haven't evolved to this today's food to eat the today's food, the
Mm-hmm.
processed food. Sorry, sometimes I forgot how to speak English. So yeah, everything made a sense why I wasn't able to lose the weight, and at the end it wasn't any more problem. I was like, yeah, well, it is what it is, but I want to feel energized. I want to feel normal. That
Mm.
wasn't life that was happening here prior to that. So the weight drop was just bonus. That wasn't the reason I was doing it.
No, no, exactly. And like I have only been doing this for like 2.5 months, and if if this will keep on going, I'm just very curious to see what will happen, with my health and my joints and my stomach and my mood and everything, just moving forward with this. Um, but I actually added some. I think I eat more animal based now. Like I added some strawberries, blueberries, raspberries, and some zucchini. So I added these 5 things to my diet, but only like a little bit, not even every day, just sometimes. It's mostly, just meat and eggs still. Um, and so far, I haven't noticed anything negative in my body. It hasn't increased any cravings or anything like that. So we will see. But I still, I'm still in ketosis, and that I don't know. I think that gives me just a lot of benefits. But what do you think about? Because I read that ketosis isn't really like a natural state to be in for like a really long time. Like, what would you say about that?
Mm, children are born in ketosis, so most of the animal are too ketosis or all, I don't know. What happens when you're long-term carnivore? Then you don't find any keto bodies in your body when you're measuring it because your body is so used to use it. And the beginning, the number is higher, but more you do, it goes lower. So long-term
Mm.
carnivores even don't catch the ketones in the body,
Mm.
but they still have this keto diet. And yeah, and that if you want to raise ketones, you have to fast. Then you can raise if you need to arrive this therapeutic level when you are healing like from cancer or autoimmune diseases different, you need to be in therapeutic ketosis. And as longer you are doing this diet, it's more difficult to get that. For me, it's very easy still. This body still is running on ketones a lot. And
Mm.
I'm feeling good. Yeah.
That
I,
was, yeah, I didn't know that. That was, yeah, that was interesting to know.
mm,
Yeah.
and you mentioned that you don't have cravings after you eat berries or something. But here, if I eat little bit berries sometimes or milk products
Mm.
that have a little bit carbs, and then I can overeat, and I may have like sugar crashes or a little bit like I used to have, that I feel
Mm.
suddenly hungry and I need to eat. So for me, they doesn't work good, but everybody is different, and
Mm.
you do you. listen,
Yeah.
listen your body, and also who have like want to lose the weight and they can't seem to manage it. So then usually is the milk is the problem. Then
Mm-hmm.
cut out the milk because it has the growing hormone and it works differently.
Mm. Yeah, I've read about that. So uh, yeah, that it can affect the weight loss if you had milk products, and yeah, it makes sense.
Hmm.
Absolutely, I think
Yeah.
so.
And you have channel, the new channel or old channel, but do you have second channel where you share this carnivore stuff? What is the name?
It's Meaty Julia, in one name. But I posted 2 videos, I think, and then I haven't posted anything. Maybe I will do like an update video or something. I don't know, but
Uh, who knows? It's here too. Like at the beginning, there's impulse to share and blah blah blah, and then it was just life happening. No need.
exactly,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah. But we can now upload this video.
Yeah, but I mean, if someone's interested, yeah, like I documented. I don't even remember how many days it was. I think it was.
It's a lot of
uh,
work. You did so good videos. I was watching one because I didn't want to ruin our conversation, but we were
yeah,
listening. I wanted to hear all that stuff from you, and I
yeah,
don't like to watch any videos, any non-duality videos, or I just don't like to sit in the some screen and watch these videos. But I watched one, I think the first one maybe, and it was
yeah,
so well done. So who haven't watched, go and check.
yeah, absolutely. 'Cause I was very honest with everything. I filmed what I eat, and so yeah, if you want to get inspired, or
Mhm, mhm.
whatever,
Yeah, yeah.
you can watch it. Yeah.
Okay, I don't know how long we have talked.
Yeah. Do you have a this? It doesn't. No. Oh, it doesn't count.
I
Like how
don't I
long?
don't see, yeah. But I think maybe half hour. I have no idea when we started.
I think a bit more because I had an alarm for 30 minutes
Hmm.
and it went off a while ago.
Okay, okay, then have a nice training today. You're going to the gym. I have no motivation somehow, but I like to walk. I'm still waiting motivation to come to do
Yeah.
some weight training too. And also I'm waiting some more warm weather to do it in
Mm.
our garage. Then it's warmer there. But yeah, enjoy your gym, and it was lovely to talk with you.
Yeah, same. It was very nice. And have a beautiful afternoon.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Much love.
Much love.